As we gear up for its nearing release, I am making a video on the Tortured Poets department. I love me a Taylor album release and I always look forward to listening to the songs for the first time, falling in love with certain songs on the album, and just being blown away by her songwriting. The Tortured Poets department, also shortened to Tortured Poets, is the upcoming 11th studio album by the American singer-songwriter Taylor Swift, set for release on April 19, 2024 through Republic Records. In total, there are 20 songs for the album. There are 16 songs on the standard version of the album. There are 5 different versions of the album. The album variants are named for the additional 17th track on it. Therefore, in addition to the standard version, we have the Albatross version, the Black Dog version, the Bolter edition, and the Manuscript edition. Taylor has 2 other featured artists on the album. There is a Post Malone feature on the album opener and a Florence and the Machine feature on a song titled Florida. When announcing the album on social media, Taylor shared, "And so I enter into evidence. My tarnished coat of arms. My muses, acquired like bruises. My talismans and charms. The tick, tick, tick of love bombs. My veins of pitch black ink. All's vain in love and poetry. Sincerely, the chairman of the Tortured Poets department." Now let us get into the questionable part of this video, where I make guesses with zero evidence and I am just making assumptions, based on the titles of the songs and nothing more. I kind of use what I think I know about Taylor, and what I have been curious about since she announced her breakup with Joe at the beginning of the Eras tour. I was blindsided by it honestly, because I do not know how it is possible to break up with someone for whom parts of Reputation is dedicated to, whom the album Lover is mostly about. The muse to London Boy, The One, Daylight and Cruel Summer. Honestly, I naively thought he was endgame, pun intended, but it wasn't meant to be. Anyways, I expect this album to read like a poetry book. So, what do I think each song will be about? Number 1. Fortnight featuring Post Malone. This is the opening track. I am sure this is the track that will establish the mood and sound of the album. What I think this song is about: in an article by Sam Armstrong on Discover Music, Post Malone is described as the superstar artist has witty yet emotional bars, but also has an absolutely preternatural ability to pen arena-ready hooks. This song will be an incisive, yet fun banger on a fortnight that causes Taylor to come to some impactful epiphanies that change her outlook on her life and future. Fun fact, Post Malone is also featured in Beyoncé Levi's jeans from her country banger Cowboy Carter. He is surely booked and busy. Good for him. 2. The Tortured Poets department. This is the title track. I love title tracks, they're always something special. I think this one will be very introspective and lyrical AF. From the title, it sounds like this song will be about the struggle of existing in a world that causes cognitive dissonance, resulting in the person being tortured but finding colleagues and working together with them in a department-like format makes it more bearable. 3. My boy only breaks his favorite toys. Expect snark, witty barbs and a track that indicates Miss Taylor is observant and aware in her relations with the people in her life. I think this track is about how an ex-boyfriend self-sabotaged their relationship, as personified by the metaphor title My Boy Only Breaks His Favorite Toys. 4. Down Bad. I think the vibe of this song will be fun, honest, and a bop. I think it will be about the loser in love meme, aka describing the feeling of falling deeply in love with someone new as a beautiful, wonderful, and a self-growth mechanism. 5. So Long London. This is track 5. And if you're a Taylor fan or know a little something about her albums, track 5 is the track that will break your heart. This is the track that has deep, incisive lyrics, so achingly honest you are guaranteed to cry and be emotionally devastated by this track. I think this song will give insight into Taylor's breakup with Joe, saying goodbye to him in London and the UK, and maybe some of their favorite haunts in the city, their mutual friends and life together in general. 6. But Daddy I Love Him. This song will be funny, self-skewering, and hilarious. I want you to think about the loser in lover meme, aka describing the feeling of falling deeply in love with someone new as a beautiful, wonderful, and a self-growth mechanism. 7. Fresh Out the Slammer. This song should give us some tidbits and insights into what happened between them. It will be about Taylor exploring her emotions in the direct aftermath of the breakup. Just from the title, I'd say this is about freshly getting out of a toxic situation, and I will assume this is also a breakup track exploring her feelings after the breakup. Ouch. I'd hate it if my ex described the feeling of getting out of our relationship as being fresh out of the slammer. 8. Florida. Featuring Florence and the Machine. To be honest, I have no cooking clue what this song could be about. Is it about the state? Or the musician? I can't wait to find out. 9. Guilty as Sin. I'd describe the vibe of this track as metaphorical and poetic to the max. I think it will be a callback to track 7, Fresh Out the Slammer. Surviving and leaving prison as a motif will be a huge deal on this album, and this track is one of those that directly emphasizes it. I think she will be likening her previous relationship to being in prison and finally getting out of it with the breakup. 10. Who's Afraid of Little Old Me? I am getting hilarious, self-deprecating power anthem from this title. Think of a funnier and unserious companion song to Little Mix's Power. 11. I Can Fix Him. No, really I can. If I had to talk about this song in 2 sentences, I'd say Welcome to Delusion Town, and Taylor had a blast penning this. However, the title reminds me of Olivia's song Get Him Back, from her sophomore album, Guts. Her lyric is, "But I am my father's daughter, so maybe I could fix him," but I get the same echoes and vibes. On a completely unrelated side note, I wonder what happened between her and Olivia. 12. LOML. This sounds like it will be a satirical self-love anthem. Like most people after a breakup, you realize you are the love of your own life. I think this song will be a fun and satirical exaggeration of that sentiment. If you want a sneak peek into what this song could be about, listen to Lord's Liability or Ariana's Thank You next. 13. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart. Think emotionally devastating, and also just a girl bossing, and continuing with life even in the midst of a broken heart. Prepare to get inspiration and the will to live and rise again, after a sad event from this song. 14. The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. Oh. Someone is about to get cooked in this. I think this will be Dear John vibes 2.0. It will skewer someone and leave them as emotionally devastated as they are small. This will be a poem full of brilliant and cutting metaphors. I'm sorry to whoever will be read to filth and unmasked. All their flaws, insecurities, and their just overall cannot keep up with Taylor's shortcomings will be laid out in the open. 15. The Alchemy. I am expecting an explosion of magic. In the lyrics, the tone, and the beat. Also, I love any mention of alchemy as it reminds me of one of my favorite Korean dramas, Alchemy of Souls. Check it out on Netflix if you love epic fantasy stories with a romance that will leave you swooning. This might remind you of The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho if you're so inclined. I will admit, I have not read that book, so I have no clue what it is about. You tell me. 16. Clara Bow. Considering this is someone's name, memories of Marjorie and the last great American dynasty spring to mind. So, I am thinking this song will have the same vibes. Frankly, I had to Google who Clara Bow is. According to Wikipedia, she was an American actress who rose to stardom during the silent film era of the 1920s and successfully made the transition to talkies in 1929. Her appearance as a plucky shopgirl in the film It brought her global fame, and the nickname the It Girl. I posit this song is about the IT girls of all time, and I assume Taylor is included in that list. Also, I would like to add Serena van der Woodsen, Lisa Bonet, and Monet de Hayan to that list. If you know, you know. 17. The Manuscript. I would like to think this is tied to the title track. It will be a continuation of the story and the themes from the Tortured Poets Department track. 17. The Bolter. This song will possibly be talking about an ex-lover who metaphorically and actually ran away. And it is their lost period. 17. The Albatross. To be honest, I am totally clueless as to what this song could be about. Is she taking up bird watching, and is the albatross her favorite bird to watch? Who knows? Other albatross synonyms are millstone, balk, check, turret, handicap, hindrance, Impediment, which I can see this song being easily about considering the prison and freedom from such a prison motif that I think will be scattered across this album. 17. The Black Dog. Apparently, people use the black dog as a metaphor for depression, so maybe this is what this song is about. It will be a deeply haunting and relatable song about this important issue. Who else is excited for TPPD? Here's to hoping it lives up to your favorite T Swift album.
Do not forget to subscribe and like if you enjoyed this. Toodles!